If you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the absolute right place. And welcome to our live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. We appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much for being here. My name is Derek Forston. I'm Mr. ILF. And God has put me in your life to change your life through real estate and the independent living facility model. And definitely, if you're on TikTok or if you're podcasting us, come to the YouTube channel. And it said Forston Consultants. I'll do it again really quickly, but I want you guys to join us on our YouTube channel at Forston Consultants. And when you get there, let me know that you came from TikTok. So one more time, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. So I'm usually on 5, 6, 7 different forums at one time, but I try my best to drive everybody to Forston Consultants, and that's Forston. And then again, if you come from the YouTube channel, from TikTok, I want you to tell me that you came from there. I want to know that if you came from a different area, let me know about that. So let me do a brief intro of who I am and what we do, and we're going to jump right into it. And I already said, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. Today's title is What Makes 2026 Different for the ILF Business? Why is this year so new or different from any other year? And I'll give you a little secret. It's kind of the same, because no matter where you live at, guys, housing is an absolute problem, right? And what we teach people to do is how you take people from homeless to hopeful, and how do we do that in a shared living environment, right? So these are not group homes. These are not ILFs. These are not IDDs. These are none of those things that require for you to have a license, and you don't have to own the property. Many years ago, man, I was blessed because God showed me a lady that was living my dream, y'all, that was literally doing this, and she was doing it the wrong way. So my whole mission in life now is to show you guys how to make an impact while making income. And the cool part about it, most of y'all can keep your job and do this. Now, I'll admit, I desired to leave my job once I saw the vision for what this was. Because if you see my screen right now on YouTube, that's me as a social worker. I was a social worker for 9 years. And that's who I kind of teach you guys all the time to make sure you're following, right? So a lot of you guys are new to me, so I appreciate that. And I'm going to break down to you guys really simple that my whole dream was really just like y'all dream. Most of y'all love God, you love people, and you've been trying to get into real estate. Call me a liar if that's not true. If you found my channel, most of y'all love God, you love people, and you've been trying to get into real estate. Is that not true? Say, Derek, that's true about me, bro. Like me and my family, we do love God. Derek, we love people, and we've been trying to get into real estate because I heard real estate is the way that you're going to be able to create financial breakthrough, generational wealth. So one more time, if you're only on our TikTok channel, come over to YouTube. I'm getting ready to show you guys what I show everybody every night when I open up. I never open up without showing this story, especially for the newer people. Let me show you my story. You see these rats and roaches in this kitchen? That's what I saw as a social worker when God put it on my heart to get into this. But just like most of y'all, people hid it from me. These are the conditions that I saw when God said, Derek, why not you? Why not you house the homeless and the displaced? Why not you house the marginalized? But why not you, Derek, do it differently? If you see the pictures on my YouTube screen, this should break your heart. Because if it don't break your heart, I tell people you might be on the wrong YouTube channel. If you can know that I saw a lady making $41,000 a month housing people in rats and roaches and had a lady sleeping on the kitchen floor. And because I knew some of y'all weren't going to believe me, you guys just met me. You have no reason just to believe me. You just met me. So, you should be saying to yourself, Derek, wow, bro, that story is crazy. Derek, you sure that's how you saw it? Guys, no lie. And when I promised God one day that I would get into this, y'all, it took me a long time. It took me 2 years, and I lost 60 pounds trying to figure this thing out. Because I knew when I saw that lady housing people in roaches and in rats, I said, God, this lady makes 41 grand a month. And I'm struggling to feed my family making 28 grand a year. So if you any good at math, you can already see that the math ain't mathing. I saw somebody living my dream making 41 grand every 30 days. How many of y'all have ever seen somebody living your dream, but doing it the wrong way? And what you see on this screen is me saying, what is an ILF? This lady didn't call it no ILF. She just said, Derek, I rent rooms to people. Really? She didn't call it a group home. She didn't have no name. She said, Derek, I rent houses and I put a bunch of people in them. I say, really? And she kept it real with me, y'all. She says, Derek, I'll never teach you this, bro. You keep being a social worker sending me these people. But for my new people, let me tell you real quick, an ILF is just simply an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff or medical oversight. So these are not group homes. These are not IDDs. And lucky for y'all and me and my family, we trademarked this many years ago just to make sure that we had people doing it the right way. And when we see people not doing it the right way, we shut them down. Because if you using my language, my coaching, my teaching, calling it this, guys, we trademarked it. You can't do that. Just like you can't go start a hamburger restaurant and call it McDonald's. You can't go start a pizza shop and call it Domino's. Does that make sense, y'all? So we trademarked it just to make sure that when we run into people like y'all and y'all become family, we're going to do this the right way. But I saw a lady housing people in burnt up kitchens. Can y'all see these pictures? Because as y'all see, Shay is not here with me tonight, and I'm not very techie. So y'all let me know if you can see these bad pictures of burnt up kitchens, beds on the ground, and people sleeping in front of the kitchen stove. Can y'all see that? You just met me, right? And I just met you online. We ain't even shook hands yet. But Angela, I would love to believe you wouldn't house people like this. If you told me that God put this on your heart to help people, would you put people on cinder blocks? If you ain't got your glasses on tonight, those are cinder blocks. Shante, can you see those beds on the floor? I tell people, if this don't break your heart, you on the wrong YouTube channel. Because we stand for a couple things. But one of our core things, we love God, we love people, and we love real estate. And watch this. Here's another core. We believe in pleasing God, helping people, being respected by the community. And I want y'all to make a bunch of money to be able to feed your family and build the kingdom of heaven. We're God-led people, but I'm no pastor, I'm no bishop. I don't have a church of my own, but oh, do I have a ministry. And my ministry is involved with real estate and helping people. And not because Derek said, I'm your new big brother now, but not because I said it, but in the Bible it says, the poor will always be among us. In the Bible it says, when you do unto the least of thee, it's like you're doing God a favor. And when you see conditions like this, and if it don't break your heart, I tell people, man, like, I'm probably not your big brother. Because we love people, we love real estate, we love God, and we put it all in a blender, and we blend it together, and we pour it all over our city. So one more time, in less than 10 minutes of y'all being here, according to my clock, it's 10 minutes and 3 seconds. I just told you that there's a housing model that doesn't require a license. You don't have to own the property. And I saw a lady making 41 grand a month doing it the wrong way, like what you see on this picture. The devil is a liar that we ask God to change our life and we treat people like this. And the straw that broke the camel's back was when I saw a lady sleeping on the kitchen floor. She said, Derek, I paid $750 to live here, bro. I'm just glad not to be homeless on the street. Can y'all see this? I show this all the time, but for my new people, I never want y'all to think I just thought of this overnight. I'm one of the only coaches in the world that'll tell y'all I was not very smart. I barely graduated high school, barely. My wife tricked me to go to college, and I graduated that through the grace of God. And God gave me a job as a social worker, which showed me my dream, because I love people, generally. I love real estate. And God messed around and gave me a social work job, which involved them both. I had no clue, Miss Faith, I had no clue that that was going to be my forever thing. I had no clue, Faith, that God put me in the middle of everything I prayed for. I prayed, God, can you change my life? Because God ain't making no money, really. I make 28 grand a year. I'm praying that. God, I want to help people. God, I really want to help people. Can you give me? God, like, Derek, wake up, bro. That's why I made you a social worker. That's why I showed you people that will put folks in housing conditions that would be embarrassing. So guys, I tell people everything I prayed for, God actually gave it to me. I just didn't realize it. How many of you have prayed for something and when God finally did it, you was like, oh my God, he did that thing. You kind of didn't even notice it. Dummy me, praying God to change my life and make more money. He said, Derek, I'm showing you a lady doing this the wrong way. And when I saw a lady housing people on cinder blocks, I just said simply, why not me? But do it the right way. And I believe that if you run into us, you guys won't do it like what I see on this screen. You wouldn't do this. You definitely wouldn't do this. You don't even have a heart to do that. But if I'm telling the truth about you and your family, put you right, Derek. You right, Derek. I would never do this, bro. And I'm moving on because today's topic is what makes 2026 different and how will we be different from what you all just saw? Does that break anybody's heart to know that you were seeing somebody living your dream, doing it the wrong way, and they were making the kind of money that you dreamed of? I just want to know that. How many of you all right now, before I even go any deeper, feel like you can do this? You feel like you've been called to house the homeless, the displaced, the marginalized, the domestic violence survivor? And one more time, if you on TikTok, where you guys can join us, because I want to be able to read y'all questions out loud. And when you come to YouTube, tell me that you came from TikTok. Like, I literally want to know that you came from, say, hey, big bro, I came from TikTok. And if you allow God to allow you to do this the right way, this is what it looks like. Or this is what it should look like. Derek, I can be different from the lady that did this in Roaches. And just once again, because I know I talk fast, so I'm going to slow it down. An independent living facility, guys, is for people that can't afford an apartment, they can't afford to buy a house, and they don't mind living with a group of people in community. One of the biggest questions that I get or my assistant gets on the phone when we answer our calls at Second Chance, which is my program, some people say, well, Derek, I don't want to share no room. Derek, I'm a grown man, bro. No problem. Can you afford our private accommodations? Because you don't have to share a room. You can get a private room or a private suite. So one more time, these are not IDDs. These are not traditional group homes. And these are not assisted living facilities. These are environments where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. I'm going to take a risk. I was interviewed about what is the secret to being so successful in this, and I want to give you guys a clip of that. Let's take a break and we'll be right back.
The biggest secret literally that we have, and it's kind of no secret because we always say it, we keep God first, right? We love people and we love real estate. So we live by this thing that says that we want to please God, right? Because we believe that if you do that, man, everything else can just fall in place. We believe in helping people. And that's something that's actually in the Bible. God says that when you do unto the least of thee, it's like you're doing it unto him. We also believe in being respected by our community while we're doing it. When I first started this, guys, nobody knew me. Today, we're really well known, but not because of how great I am. It's because of the housing program that's changing the lives in the city in which we live in. And then the last part about it, I want you guys to make enough money to feed your family. So one more time, we believe in pleasing God, helping people, being respected by the community, but I also want you to make enough money to feed your family. And you can do that while doing the independent living facility model. So just takes more info, just those two words, more info, to 407-326-0086. And that's the first starting point.
All right, we are back. We are back. And thank y'all so much for joining us on our live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. I want to be nosy for 2 seconds. I want to know where you guys are located. Our coaching works in all 50 states, but I'm actually right here in Orlando, Florida. I want to see where you guys are located because, again, on the screen, I want to make sure that you guys can see what I have on screen, which is what we call a private suite. And a lot of times when we get calls from people, I'll get that military veteran that wishes not to have a roommate. So what do you tell that guy? You say, sir, no problem. We also have private accommodations. They start at For me, $940 a month. My regular beds, they go for $740. So depending on where you live at, that's going to determine what you charge. That didn't change in 2026. The topic says, what makes 2026 different? Guys, I'll admit that title is a little bit of a kind of a trick. There is no difference. In fact, it got worse. So if you want to say what's the difference, it actually got worse in terms of affordable housing, because I'm getting ready to check the chat, right? No matter where you live in, El Paso, Texas, Modesto, Rochester, New York, Louisiana. I got family in Bossier City and also over there in Shreveport, Illinois, Washington State, Hollywood, Florida down south. Coach a bunch of y'all down there. California, coach a bunch of y'all over there. Atlanta, swimming with coaching clients there. In fact, we own property in Warner Robins, Georgia, and we love Macon, Georgia. But I coach a ton of people in Atlanta. So right on this screen again is what's called the shared living environment. And most people that we serve, y'all, they can't pass a background check sometimes. They can't afford an apartment, but they don't mind living in an environment like this where they'll have a roommate. This whole concept, guys, they're going to have a roommate. I don't want anybody moving into one of my places thinking that he's going to get his own place. What does it look like? Because I heard you talk about it because I was podcasting you. So, guys, this is what it looks like. So you and your whole family, all 19 of y'all can get into this. And I will make this a family business. So a lot of what you're seeing, these houses we rent, we lease. Because, guys, 97% of y'all that I coach, we rent and we lease these places. Now, if you can go out and buy a property, God bless you. Most of us can't just go out and do that. In fact, if you're a little different from most of us, say, Derek, I can buy my property, bro. Because I'm going to tell you right now, out of all of y'all here, 97% of y'all will start the same way I did. You're going to beg and plead to somebody to allow you to rent that house. And lucky for y'all, I give y'all the verbiage and the language that's in my $5 group. So many compliments have been coming from that group. Y'all making me blush. And I'm real dark, so it's hard for me to turn red or pink. But I'm getting so many messages from people that are literally getting started only from watching the masterclass. So if you're new to me and you have no clue what I'm talking about, guys, I got all kinds of coaching, one-on-one coaching, DIY, group coaching. But one of the most popular things lately is my $5 a month group. Guys, I got a group for $5 a month, and that's 16 cents a day. So if you feel like God has led you to this, definitely join that group. And the way that you do it, and I'll say it nice and slow, you text the word 5, F-I-V-E, that's it. Text F-I-V-E to 407-326-0086. One more time. To join our $5 a month group, you're going to text 407-326-0086, and you just go text the word 5, F-I-V-E. And most important, when you get in there, don't start asking questions. Click on that button that says learning. That's a 4-hour masterclass. And one of my rules in that group is the only way you can ask a question if you say, after watching the masterclass, Derek, my question is, because I guarantee you 98% of y'all will ask questions that's already in that. And I blessed y'all with it, because normally my one-on-one people are the only people that usually get that kind of coaching. I'm giving it to y'all for $5. So one more time, if you text the word 5 to 407-326-0086, that's going to get you in. I'm also going to put a lower third right there on the bottom. That's for our free Facebook group. We also got a free Facebook group with 21,000 people in it. That's free. But then the ILF Academy Elite, that was 16 cents a day, which is $5 a month. So one more time, guys, invest in yourself this year. And this group should be $500 a month. But I wanted to make it so attainable, and I wanted to blow the socks off of your feet. Because I guarantee you 99% of your questions will be answered in that masterclass. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys. I love y'all like a fat kid loves cake. I'm going to pray you guys out of here, and I'm gone. And my only request is, can y'all give me a 5-star Google review for taking the time to change your life? And watch this. If you and I are real smart, we're going to give God all the credit. Now, you may thank me and you may shake my hand, but don't get it twisted. When you blow up, meaning your life and your finances, that ain't Derek. It ain't even the model. It's God Almighty. So we're going to give God the glory, God the honor, and God the praise. Sound good, everybody? All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. So let's do it like this. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. You guys be great, and we'll see you tomorrow right here at 7 p.m. Eastern. Be great, everybody.
Well, in my opinion, the best form of real estate is shared housing. That's why we invented the independent living facility model, because we view it like this. Why get one house and rent to one income, right? A family, usually mom, dad, 3 kids. What the ILF model does, it allows you to take that same 4-bed, 2-bath home and take 8 people from homeless to hopeful. That's the benefit of shared housing. The first step to getting started with your own independent living facility is texting the phrase "more info" to 407-326-0086. One more time, if you text the phrase "more info" to that phone number, we're going to give you an immediate text message. You fill out your name, email address, and phone number, and we're going to send it to you instantly to watch it with you and your family or you and your team. And then if you have questions, we want you to join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel so that we can learn and grow together. But if you think that you want to move forward with one of our coaching products, we'll also speak to you by phone just to make sure that you understand fully what you're getting yourself into. And again, it starts with our webinar. So text "more info" to the phone number 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. If this is your first time ever joining us, first of all, I want to say thank you. Second of all, I hope you're enjoying the content. But probably most importantly, I want you guys to text "more info" to the phone number 407-326-0086. That's going to give you our introductory webinar that breaks all of this down. And it also gives you a call with someone on our team to answer every question you have before moving forward. Because remember, I don't want you to buy nothing before you have a clear understanding of what this is and how to operate it. So one more time, text only these 2 words, "more info" to 407-326-0086, and you will get an immediate download. You click that, you put your name, email address, and phone number, instant download. After watching that webinar, which is about 55 minutes long, first of all, it's going to change your life. Second of all, make sure you book that call, and then you join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel right here at Forston Consultants, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's go. You probably didn't know this, but you don't need a license to start your own housing program. If you love God, love people, and love real estate, think about starting an independent living facility, which requires no license and you don't even have to own the property. And you probably didn't know that we're live 7 days a week teaching this. So right on our YouTube channel, that's called Forston Consultants. That's Forston. Forston Consultants is where we teach this 7 days a week. And every day is at 7 p.m. except for Saturdays. Saturdays, we'll see you at 10 a.m. Eastern to, again, learn the independent living facility model and how you can walk off your job this year.
Hey, everybody. My name is Jermaine. I've been with Derek and Shay for about 4 months now. I got my first property within a month and a half or so of being under that coaching. I have a 6-bedroom house. I got all the rooms filled already. I'm charging $800 a month. You guys do the math on that. Derek and Shay don't like to talk about the money, but me, I'm a numbers guy. But the coaching is fantastic. Like, you will not lose. You will not lose. Please make the decision. Getting this coaching, whether it's the DIY or the 101 coaching. If you can do it with the DIY without talking to Derek every day, then go for it. But if you can do it and you need somebody to hold your hand, you need to call Derek whenever you need him, then I suggest you get the 101 coaching. Yeah, it's been the best decision of my life, man. I'm telling you, like, get with it, and get ready to fire your boss, because it's going to happen. Thank y'all. Peace.
Usually the first step that we're often asked is, how do we get started? And other than just being super generic and saying it starts with your mindset, the first really way to get started is start a business. I don't want you guys to do this as a hobby. I want you to start an actual business, meaning turn yourself into an LLC. So prime example, your name is Scott Jones. Why not be S&J Enterprise? That way you're more bankable at the bank. Not so much for like the social worker, but this makes you actually more bankable. Make sense?
Have you ever wanted to open your own group home? Were you told that you needed a license from the state? Were you told that you had to hire staff? You were probably told that you had to own the property, right? Let Forston Consultants introduce you to Independent Living Facilities, ILF, which are group homes that do not require a license, staff, and you don't have to own the property. At Forston Consultants, we walk you through the entire process of how to operate your own independent living facility. We don't just give you a bunch of videos to watch on your own, which could get confusing. Here is what you need to do next, in this order. Step number 1, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Forston Consultants for tons of secrets on how to start your own independent living facility. Step 2, sign up for our webinar at forstonconsultants.com to learn more about this great opportunity. Step number 3, purchase our best-selling book, How to Open an Independent Living Facility in 10 Easy Steps. Step number 4, contact us for your free consultation so you can quit your boring job in the next 90 days.
Most people don't fail because they're broke. They fail because they're not in the right room. The ILF Academy is not another Facebook group. It's the cheapest and most affordable access point to learning the independent living facility model. In fact, my masterclass that I taught, it was over 3 hours and 58 minutes. I put that inside of this $5 group. And if you know anything about me, guys, only my one-on-one people get that kind of coaching. But I'm giving it to you all because I want no excuses this year that you didn't know how to get started. So the ILF Academy Elite is only $5, and I'm going to put the link below. The biggest secret literally that we have, and it's kind of no secret because we always say it, we keep God first, right? We love people and we love real estate. So we live by this thing that says that we want to please God, right? Because we believe that if you do that, man, everything else can just fall in place. We believe in helping people. And that's something that's actually in the Bible. God says that when you do unto the least of thee, it's like you're doing it unto him. We also believe in being respected by our community while we're doing it. When I first started this, guys, nobody knew me. Today, we're really well known, but not because of how great I am. It's because of the housing program that's changing the lives in the city in which we live in. And then the last part about it, I want you guys to make enough money to feed your family. So one more time, we believe in pleasing God, helping people, being respected by the community, but I also want you to make enough money to feed your family. And you can do that while doing the independent living facility model. So just takes more info, just those 2 words, more info, to 407-326-0086. And that's the first starting point.
Hello, I'm James Swain Jr., the owner of Restoration Regulators, which provides housing for men experiencing homelessness here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. As an emergency response worker and a dedicated husband and father, juggling my responsibilities was challenging. That changed when I partnered with Forston Consultants. Their awesome virtual assistant service keeps my business operations smooth while I focus on my 9-to-5. Plus, their digital flow solutions offers everything I need in one place, from my phone service, website hosting, social media automation, and performance reports. Derek and Shay make sure I'm never alone on this journey, offering personalized one-on-one training at each step of my company's growth. With all these resources and real support, I have no excuses, just empowerment to be a catalyst for change in my community, bringing purpose to both my life and my family's.